It's Nolan. Who that boy named Nolan? Coming straight up out the swamps, I feel like it's New Orleans. Finna drop another flavor pack, bitch, I'm calm. 5'4", but my style enormous. I woke up fresh, my swag is alarming. Hold up, I gotta pace myself. When I rap, I race myself. On these tracks, I amaze myself. I ain't got enough ops, nigga might just waste myself. And I bet that shit gon' sell, I'm self-made. Well paid, I don't fuck when niggas need a barricade. Man, fuck your album, need a hair aid. Got 2 straps, Nike Air Raids. I'm in my creative player phase. Every setting, I'm a 99. I just signed on a dotted line with my hair looking like Einstein. Flow kill 'em like cyanide. Bread it up, Long John Silver. All cash like a drug dealer with the same teeth on Reggie Miller. Bitch, I need queso. Pesos. Brands on me like racer clothes. Too much drip on my A-flow. Pockets feel like egg rolls. Health insurance, no HMOs. Got a new record on HBO. Fuck the radio. No military, I'm signing up for Navy Federal. Ayy, they say not to brag. I need to be more humble. A verse, I be going dumber. Like the hoes on no jumper. Keep my cars on airplane. I don't even really need a phone number. Backstage, I just curved them out. Hit the jets on a light road runner. I'm that nigga. Yeah, flow on glacier. Y'all don't get my nomenclature. Kill the beat, that's Nolan's nature. Watch your tone, my homies on papers are birth styles. Hot like a first down. I just spit like a 30 cal. I'm too versatile. Gotta talk money if it's worthwhile. I don't converse with clowns, but nigga, What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Now, I know most of y'all are pretty familiar with me for doing long videos and doing multiple topics and all of that stuff, but I feel like this particular instance, being that we're going to be sitting here for a minute talking about Cardi and Joe Budden, I figured let's just do an isolated piece on them real quick. We could get in and out on this in maybe 25, 30 minutes or so, go on about our day, pick up with some other stuff, okay? So apparently, Joe Budden, who seems to have a checkered past with Cardi B, at one point they were cool. At one point they had even met up and had talks of doing an interview. They were good. You know, I believe Joe knew Cardi back when she was still in the club doing her thing, back in the, before the record deal and all that type of stuff. So they have a history. And it seems at one point or another, Cardi B really respected Joe's platform. She really respected his opinion. And at one point, he also held her to a pretty high regard in terms of her artistry and output. Lately, that relationship has definitely soured, not only because of his allegiance or association with Nicki Minaj, which I'm sure some people out there would assume that is the source of their separation or source of contention. I don't particularly believe that to be so. I think in this media game, what the creators, the talking heads, the personalities, hell, even myself, what we got to understand when we're in this space is it's not our job to fight the battles of the artists we like and love. We can appreciate their music. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. If somebody's in a beef or whatever and we're talking about a back and forth exchange, we can acknowledge what's great about the artists we love. We can acknowledge what's not always great about the artists we love. And if their competitor is doing some great shit too, it's all good to acknowledge that as well. I think a lot of the nuance in the way people are covering topics these days, for whatever reason, is going out the window. I think a lot of people expect, not to say that people want to be on payroll, because I don't know that to be a thing. People accuse me of being on Cardi B's payroll. People accuse me of being on Megan Thee Stallion's payroll. And it's absolute garbage. It's absolute trash. It's an absolute lazy take. If I was on payroll for these artists, the content would be vastly different. But I think some people, when they get good graces from like certain folks, they start leaning into this narrative almost as if they want to be the spokesman for that particular artist. We see this a lot with like the DJ academics of the world, right? He's become like this siren for Drake and the Drake defenders. Some people might even try to say that I'm like that for Kendrick Lamar, and I've tried every opportunity I can to show I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? Now, questionable things aside with Drake, if he drops a song I like, I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, that shit banging. He just ain't dropped nothing like that in a minute. Again, when them niggas was going back and forth, I acknowledged that I liked Push-Ups. I acknowledged that I liked Family Matters. Did they measure up to what Kendrick put out? No. Does that take away from the fact that I enjoyed those records? No. Okay? So, on Joe Budden's platform, they basically had a conversation, and they were talking about Cardi and the fact that she's about to, feature on this new Rob 49 song. And of course, Rob 49 is a big buzzing, well, I ain't gonna say big, but he's a buzzing artist. He's coming up, and Cardi B has been doing this for years. Artists that are coming up, the K-Flocks, the Glorrillas, the Lottos. You could go down a whole fucking list. I mean, even when City Girls was coming out and she was the one in position, she was the hotter artist. She got on they shit. So you can't really name too many like artists that have hit within the last 4-5 years that Cardi hasn't worked with. Everybody ain't hit. You know what I'm saying? So she's even working with some folks that ain't really panning out like that just because she's that connected to the culture. And when I say the culture, I'm not talking about actual culture outside. I'm talking about the culture of hip hop, the music, the artists that are coming up. She stays connected to the new artists. And I feel like she does it from an authentic place because she actually listens to their music. So I don't feel like this Rob 49 feature is outside the scope of what she's already been doing, right? Do I care about the Rob 49 feature? Absolutely not. I don't listen to his music. I don't care for you know what I'm saying? I don't really care about what he has going on. I ain't never really been into anybody that produces any form of drill music. That's just me. But for what she has been interested in, she's collaborated with a bunch of drill artists. So it's not really a surprise for me. But basically, acknowledging this feature on the Joe Budden podcast, they made it seem like this album that she's been teasing, the album she's been talking about all year, is not coming. They're basically saying that she's a glorified feature artist. And then he goes off to compare Cardi B to a lazy housewife in so many words. Which for me is where I took a little bit of, I ain't take no offense, but I did look at that comment sideways because now we're getting into a disrespectful place. You know what I'm saying? To call an artist a lazy housewife that don't want to work, or, you know, he more so compared it to like, I guess when his girl ain't got a job and they be like around the house, basically not understanding that he has other shit he has to do, which I can understand where he's coming from, but to compare Cardi B to that person, I don't understand. Cardi B is a fucking hustler. You know what I'm saying? To look at the Cardi B Offset relationship like she's nagging Offset and won't do nothing with her time. Do you understand, even without an album out, how busy she's been in the fashion world, in the advertising game, the brand partnerships, working to actually give niggas these features, trying to get the album done. So it's I can't accept that. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, yes, I have been very critical of the fact that the music's not dropping, right? We want the music. Some of the stuff, some of the features that have dropped, I ain't really cared about. But again, there's a difference between wanting the music and being a fan, or just being a spectator and a commentator in the space, and then coming out and saying shit that's like over the line. I think there has to be a line of demarcation that us as commentators have to understand. You can get your jokes off, but the jokes still have to remain somewhat tasteful. That's all I'm saying. So let's get into what Joe said. And then Cardi, when she heard and caught wind of what Joe had to say, she went off on one of those classic Twitter space rants that everyone hates. I don't be trying. I mean, it's entertaining. It causes, you know, it's things to talk about from a commentary space. But as a fan, I wish she wouldn't do it. As somebody who supports her music and supports her movement, I wish she wouldn't do it. I wish she wouldn't come to social media and think that she has to go talk to her fans and, you know, defend her own honor when those who already know what's up with you already know what's up with you. But we'll get into what Joe says, and then we'll get into what Cardi had to say. All right. So this is Joe first.
Never get another Cardi album again.
And you've been standing on.
He started this saying we'll never get a Cardi album again. I just want to be clear. I want everybody to know that's where this is started.
I am standing on it.
And they talked about that in the office when I went up there. Like
but now that Cardi got something dropping with my man Rob, Big Rob on Friday.
Saw that.
That's going to be crazy, but that's what Cardi's about to be now. Just a single artist. You're not getting none of that shit.
I mean, you was right, too.
About what?
About Atlantic wanting to put out an album. You was right. See, you be right sometimes about them wanting to put out an album. We don't care about none of that shit.
I ain't spoken to nobody at Atlantic. I'll just be on a hunch. So you done went and got some information from somewhere. I'm sure somebody involved wants Cardi to put out an album.
What? Yeah,
of course they do.
I'm sure Offset wants Cardi to put out an album. Hey, fellas out there, boyfriends, y'all know that feeling, right? When you want your bitch to get a job, you in the house, your bitch just won't leave. She just in there on top of you, on top of everything, not giving you space.
Let's cuddle. No.
Yeah, no, get off my arm. My arm sleep. Move. Go. Ain't you got an album to do? Don't you got a single?
You got a tour.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
You know, the thing, and I don't want to act like I'm like a superior voice in the commentary world because I'm relatively small in this space. I'm relatively minute when it comes to these massive platforms, these massive personalities, commentators. You know, they just released the 2024 power rankings for media personalities in hip hop. And somehow, some way, you know, Academics was number one. Joe Budden and them have been on there. Maul and Rory have been on there. Elliot, Rap Radar, all that type of shit. But sometimes when I hear other people that are respected voices and voices that people look to, I wonder why niggas, it's not even about research. It's about why niggas don't just take like 2 extra clicks before they say something. To be like, oh yeah, you know, Atlantic wants an album. Nigga, you don't think Captain Obvious? Yeah, Atlantic wants a fucking album. Who else is doing numbers over there at Atlantic? They betting the house on this woman. Ever since she came out, they've been betting the house on. You know how much money they've invested into Cardi B? You don't think they want album number 2? Thanks for confirming something that everyone already knew. I mean, they came out earlier this year. It was just in May. Are you niggas, what? They literally came out in May from the official Atlantic Records Twitter page and said, Cardi B's upcoming album is one of the most anticipated this year. We can't wait to put it out, even if we have to sneak into her studio and take it. This tweet is still available. I thought it would have been taken down by now just based on, you know, Cardi maybe hitting the label up, not really supporting the fact that they said they're willing to steal the album from her, even if it was in a joking manner. Just the fact that somebody's record label came out and said that, I've never seen a label come out and say this about no other artist. But the fact that y'all want to act like it took some sort of, oh, I got inside information from Atlantic that they want to put an album out on Cardi B. What? What? That's like, that's like, motherfucking, that's like Jordan. I don't want to compare her to Jordan. That's a little bit excessive, right? But that's like, I don't even know who the fuck we could compare this to. Kawhi Leonard, maybe, right? Kawhi can't play. Nigga stay injured. Nigga doing load management and shit. And I know some of y'all don't watch basketball and all that shit. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. But that's like saying the Clippers don't want, oh, the Clippers would love for Kawhi Leonard to play 82 games this season. Yes, the fuck they would. He's the highest paid nigga on the team. The other superstar just left the team. Who else is going to play 82 games? Who else is going to put fucking points on the board over there? I know they got DeRozan too, but come on. Yes, they want Kawhi to play. They took him off the Olympic team to make sure his ass can play this season. Thanks. It doesn't take for nobody to come out and say, you know, I had some back behind the curtain conversations with the Clippers. They would love for Kawhi Leonard to play this year. Yeah, of course. Y'all poached that nigga out of Toronto fresh off a championship years ago bringing him, anticipating that he would do the same for your franchise, and y'all ain't even sniffed championship yet. Of course they want him to play. Come on, buddy. So, moving forward, let's get into what Cardi B had to say, because she holds no punches. And if you're not down for a 10-minute Cardi B rant, it's all good. But I want to let her words be heard, because again, she wants her words to be heard. God damn it. She don't know how to log the fuck off, man. Take cues from Megan. Delete the app. Let somebody else run your social media at some point. You're no longer at the stage where you need to micromanage what people are saying about you. You're no longer at the stage where you need to respond to every single thing of somebody getting at you. And I hope, in my career of me commentating and speaking on the Cardi B saga, that we never have to meet a crossroads where she feels like she has to come and defend herself on behalf of what J Nolan has to say, because my dog, you ain't got to do it. All right? You ain't got to do it. And I know this is a real thing. And artists are very sensitive about their art, about their moves, about, the nuance in which they want to release their stuff and have all of the, she's a visual artist. All of her singles have music videos that drop the day of. That's an expensive undertaking. That means that she has to set time aside in her schedule to make sure that these things are done. Sometimes these music videos could take days to get filmed. They're going to take sometimes months to get edited. Not that somebody's sitting in a room editing everything for months for like every day, but the fact that the editors have other jobs and other clients and other things to divvy up their time, it could take a while. So of course, when everything comes out or when an artist is prepping, they get sensitive about how people respond or receive their work. I get all of that, but dog, keep doing you. Keep the money train on the track. Do you. You know what I'm saying? But again, let's let Cardi B talk and see what all of her talking points are, because in a 10, 12-minute rant, you need to have a few. All right? Let's go.
Talk to Craig Cowman, and those are the main people in the building. I do not talk to a worker. I don't talk to this. I talk to my publicist as well from Atlantic, which is Ashley. And when it comes to Ashley, we don't even really talk about music. We talk about covers and organizations and stuff like that. So whoever you be saying like, yeah, what's that shit called? I have somebody that works in Atlantic, and they be saying you're a fucking lie. You're a fucking lie, because I move like Adele. If something's coming out, I already know who said it, because I only talk to 4 people, 4 to 5 people in the building. Like, you think I'm just going around and talking to everybody? Like, you think when I have meetings, it's a meeting with 30, 40 people? No, it'd be a meeting of 4 or 5. So you're not getting information of me. You every 5, 6 months, you comparing another female rapper towards me. You compare new artists, you compare old artists, you compare every single fucking artist with me, bro. Everything. If you love these bitches so much, why you not talking about their album? Why you not talking about what they do?
I'm going to jump in real quick. I think she has a point, but I also think some of her point is a little moot. Just because you're having a meeting with like 4 or 5 people at the label, at some point, the rest of the label is going to have to start working your project. The staff over there is going to have to start working your project. Anything that you've turned in, more than likely, there's going to be some sort of directive coming from the top saying, we need to start getting this in production. Make sure y'all are ready at this point when we're ready to press the button on Cardi B. So yeah, you're only meeting with a certain amount of people. And of course that feels good for, exclusivity, and you don't want everybody in your business. But at some point, those folks that you're meeting with, they're going to have to disseminate information down to the rest of the staff so that they can be prepared for whatever Cardi B has coming down the pipeline, because that's, I mean, we're talking about one of the primary artists that's active on the label. A lot of Atlantic Records roster is either older acts, motherfuckers that fell off over the hill that's still working the road but not really putting out successful albums like that. Or motherfuckers that's not really up to snuff in comparison. So I don't know how that's supposed to work. I don't know how that makes sense. But, the other point about if you like this artist or this artist over here, you should be talking more about them rather than comparing them to me. I understand and I get it.
You compare females to me. You say you compare females to me that my worst records beat their best records all the time. Every single time it's like, and I can only imagine how you be trying to put down the bitches you be fucking, because you always constantly want to compare me to a bitch, and I don't give a fuck about none of these bitches. I don't give a fuck what anybody got going on. But my thing is that it's like, you love them so much. Why you not worried about their album? Why you not worried about what they got going on? Why you always worrying about what I got going on? And to be realistic, you're not worried about my album because you want to hear it. Because if you want to hear it, you could pull up to my studio session. Titi Torres, the director of Hot 97, heard my album. She DMs me all the time. I want to hear what you got. All right, pull up on me. If you want to hear my album, pull up to my studio session. But you really want my album to come out so you could criticize it. Because every single time I drop a record, you don't like it. Every single time a bitch drops something and they're doing mediocre, you say they're doing better than me. Every bitch. You really set up here. In December, I was really going through it with my husband. I was really, it was a real tough time with me and my nigga. And you really said, like, you really sat here and said that I use my shit with my husband for publicity because of another bitch. You think I have a baby daddy boyfriend? No, nigga, I'm in a marriage, nigga. I'm in a marriage. And guess what? That shit didn't benefit not me or him, because it wasn't about no benefit. I was tired of some shit.
Yeah, she right. Neither one of them benefited from that shit. It made both their asses look crazy. You screaming on your guy for the world to see? Yeah, y'all damn sure ain't benefit from that shit. Hell, I don't even think I benefited from that shit even talking about it. So I feel you on that too, Cardi. God damn. Should learn from that too, by the way. Don't do that shit no more.
That shit was on the rocks, nigga. And you talking about, yeah, it's a publicity stunt, because shut the fuck up. You don't even know me. Everything you do, whether it's my personal life or whether it's my music life, you always talking shit about it. But you fake thirsty for my album. No, you don't. You're not thirsty for my album. You thirsty to criticize it. You thirsty to kick it down. You thirsty to talk shit about it. You never compliment me. When's the last time you compliment me? You were so thirsty to fucking interview a bitch. You call her interesting. A bitch that almost fucking made me go suicidal in 2019. A bitch that how many fucking lawsuits they got? They ain't searching for a fucking thing. So why you always talking about my album and you gotta connect? You don't have no connect, nigga. My family don't even know about my business, my work business. The album is never good. What are you talking about? The shit is in motion. The merch is in more motion. The box sets are in motion. You don't know shit that's going on this side. You don't know it. Let me tell you something. My fans, one thing about fucking Barty Gang, my fans, sometimes they be finding out shit. They be like, how the fuck? How you know? How you know? How you know? And they don't even know much about my album. So how the fuck you know? Always want to talk about somebody in Atlantic. You're fucking lying, nigga. I talk to the bosses. The bosses. I talk to only the bosses. And the bosses ain't going around talking about my shit. Leave me alone. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. And it's so crazy, bro. It's so crazy. Like, this is the same nigga that gave me one of my first interviews. I don't know, is it because I used to give this nigga lap dances and he's mad that like I have fucking succeeded so much in life? I don't understand why I keep getting harassed by this man. You want to interview or something? You want to hear my album so bad? If you want to hear my album so bad, you could pull up to my studio session. You could pull up. But I'm really sick and tired of you keeping my name in my name in your fucking mouth. And then you keeping it there because you really want a project from me. No, you want to tear my project down like you tear down every of my single. Like you tear down my single, you tear down my personal life, you tear down everything I fucking do. So it's not coming from a genuine place. It's not coming from a genuine place. So you need to stop that. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. Leave me alone. What is it that you fucking want from me? What is it you want from me? Because you're not gonna lie, say here, I just want the album. I just want the this. No, you talk shit about every single I do. You compare old bitch to me, you compare new bitch to me, you compare every single bitch to me. You don't compare new bitches to new bitches, you don't compare old bitches to old bitches. You compare everybody has to beat Cardi B, a new bitch or old bitch. But it's Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B. If I suck so much to you, if I'm such a lazy artist, why the fuck my name? Why the fuck Belcalis is coming in your fucking mouth? Belcalis, 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 Belcalis. Belcalis. All the time. Like, leave me the fuck alone, nigga. And I don't even be addressing you. I be ignoring you. Everything. You tried me in December when you said that shit, that I did that shit with my nigga for publicity. You tried me. Really try me. And then you keep trying me and keep trying me and keep trying me. And then you keep lying on me. You don't know nobody that's in my team. My team is smaller than my pussy and my asshole. And I don't even get fucked in the ass. So my asshole is small.
Hey yo, we don't need that. This is not a good look. This is remember what you said about December? You remember what you just said about December? It's July. We don't need Christmas in July this year for you to do this shit again where you come out saying some shit that you really don't need to say. We don't need to know the tightness of your we damn sure don't need to know the tightness of your little donut hole. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to know none of that stuff. Please stop it. Leave it alone. At this point, please log off. The dramatic effect with the goddamn thunder and shit too, man. God damn. Please. No. No.
That's why nobody knows nothing that I got going on when it comes to my music. The fuck? I'm really getting harassed by a whole nigga. I'm getting harassed by a whole nigga. He chasing clout. He chasing clout. What is there clout to chase for? There's so many people you could talk about. You could talk about Drake. You could talk about Kendrick all fucking day. You could talk about every single bitch that you claim you fucking love their music so much. But no, I've even been on the fucking. I haven't even been doing publicity shit or nothing the past 2 weeks, and I still come up. Everybody dropping, all these females are dropping album, all these females are dropping projects, all of this shit. Why you ain't talking about them? You claim you like them so much, but no, you talking about the brim. All the time you talking about the brim. The fuck? What is going on?
What you mean? What you mean by that? You talking about the brim? Ain't your homie like supposed to be dissociating from like all that type of stuff. Like, let's not do that. Let's keep that. Let's keep the street lingo out of here. Okay.
Want to hear the album so bad, nigga? Pull up. Pull up. I'm in New York. I ain't gonna get you touched. I ain't going to jail. I ain't gonna have niggas pressing you or none of that bullshit. TT Torres heard my fucking album. Pull the fuck up. And it's all the time, bro. It's all the time. Like, leave me alone. I do not bother nobody. And I do not want to go to my old ways of cursing people out. Well, I like to curse my fans out, but it's because we're in a relationship. Huh? What that mean? What that mean? Like, it's so annoying, bro. Like, it's so annoying.
All right. At this point, Cardi B has pretty much exhausted all of her talking points. But I get where she's coming from, right? So when she says she's being harassed by a whole nigga, I do feel a little bit, I don't know, I feel some type of way about that, because when you put it in that context, it's almost like, where are men supposed to stand in terms of the women in rap conversation? I think there's not a lot of us in that conversation to begin with, especially if you want to talk about heterosexual men in the women in rap conversation. I know a lot of people have come to my channel based on the fact that I talk about the ladies, and I try to be as respectful as I possibly can, and try to be, selective with my words. You know what I mean? Out of respect, because I do understand the sensitivity in speaking on women's business, period. But as far as Joe, I don't know if I would say he's harassing. I mean, if she takes it that way, then who am I to say that she ain't? God damn, bro. But I mean, I think he genuinely just doesn't expect you to drop. I think that's what it is. I think he genuinely thinks you're bluffing. I think he doesn't think you have a full album worth of music. And if you do have a full album worth of music, he thinks that you're more comfortable dropping them as singles and letting those singles chart and remaining in your spot. I think he expects for you to not put yourself in a position where your music will drop, not live up to the original debut album, and then there be like a slow or gradual fall off. I think he expects if you were to drop an album or a second album, that it's not gonna live up to the expectation, and that would be the drop off of Cardi B. I think that's what Joe Budden genuinely sees in your future if you were to drop an album, and I think his assumption of you not dropping it is based on that thought pattern. He thinks you're trying to protect something, right? And we've talked about that here on this channel, because if there is some sort of disappointment in the building up at Atlantic, it is going to make them apprehensive to invest towards you. The open budget that they've given you, the investment, the marketing, the promotion, all of the work that they put into you, the $1 million per show, $2 million offers you're getting for shows, all that stuff goes downward if you prove that the buzz on Cardi B is not adding up to record sales, right? So I think that's where Joe Budden is founding his opinions from. And I just don't want it to be a thing where it's like, oh, this nigga is always speaking on my situation. Although I don't agree with the things that Joe Budden says, I have not heard something from him other than the lazy housewife thing that I don't agree with. And I said that at the top of the video. Outside of that, I don't really see where he said harassing things. Now, when addressing your issues with Offset and saying that that was a publicity stunt, I also don't agree with that. I never thought that was a publicity stunt. I never would assume that. To be honest, I feel like I feel like I thought the marriage was more of a publicity stunt in the beginning, but the fact that y'all have stayed together this long, I don't know too many people that would just make that work this long with all of the infractions and all of the different things that have taken place since then. So I know I wouldn't question the genuity of their marriage, but again, Cardi got to stay off socials. If the album is ready, if the package and the bundle deals and the box sets are ready, you can't let a nigga like Joe Budden get under your skin and make you come out here and start ranting and going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think if you wanted to announce that everything was on the way, you could have just announced that everything was on the way. Right? Start putting the artwork out there if it's close. Right? Start getting into rollout mode if it's that near and dear and it's about to get that time. That's what I want. I actually just want the music. I would really prefer if Cardi B only spoke through music and select interviews, which she doesn't do very many anyway. I wouldn't even want to see her on the Jason Lee thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to TT Torres. I like TT Torres. She said some wild shit on that Deb's House shit, which I'm going to actually, this is a good time to speak on it. I'm actually going to start doing reviews on the Deb's House show. I watched a couple episodes last night, and contrary to what people might have perceived from the little clips that leaked out right before the show came out, it's actually a pretty dope show. It's actually rather entertaining. So within the coming days, y'all should start seeing rollouts of, you know, my takes on the first few episodes on that show. It's actually pretty good. It's on all black. Most people are not using that app or paying for that app. You can also see it via WeTV. So yeah, just to give y'all a little heads up on that. But ultimately, again, stick to the music, stick to the studio, stick to the visuals. Go to TT Torres, do an interview with her. She's really good. Go to Angie Martinez. She's really good. Y'all have the, you know what I mean? Y'all have the Latin connection and everything, and, you know, women in the space. Y'all could talk about empowerment. You could talk about the album, everything. Like, they would do a good job of, like, getting into the headspace of where you are without all of the extra mess, all of the bullshit. I actually think it's funny that you would have to go to women to avoid the mess, because a lot of times you would expect the men to not be involved with the mess, but a lot of the niggas be messier than the women these days. You know what I'm saying? But go do that. Go to platforms that you respect, that you fuck with. Do a limited run on that. Let the music drop. Plan out the tour. The people really want to see you tour. The people are really trying to, you know what I'm saying, figure out if you're going to be able to hit the road before other announcements need to be made, if you know what I'm talking about. So what's the status on that? Are we going to finally get a Cardi B tour, or are we going to have to wait till 2026 for that? Those are the things that should be addressed. The real life, day-to-day, what your career is going to look like. The opinions of commentators, those opinions are never going to end, right? So why concern yourself with that shit? We see, if you've seen JT's documentary where she's dissing Cardi. I talked about that earlier. But, you know, on her documentary, she's got clips from Joe Budden. She's got clips from Armand. She's got clips from other YouTubers and stuff that were talking, you know, unceremoniously about what she had going on, or maybe her music wasn't hitting, or it was flopping, or the City Girls only sold 6,000 copies, and that was a huge disappointment for QC and Motown and Universal, all of this type of stuff. And, you know, perhaps you guys are taking this stuff in and you use it as motivation and fueling you, but ultimately, your job is to put out good music and good visuals. Like, focus in on the art. I think that's where a lot of this shit has gone left. I think that's where a lot of the conversations have lost the mark. We talk about everything except the contents of the music. Let's try to hone in on that shit. I want to hear, you know what I'm saying? And another thing with this Rob 49 feature. Don't nobody want to hear about you sucking dick from the floppy position up until it stands up. I think you're doing yourself a disservice on that end too, on the content. And I like Cardi B. I fuck with Cardi. I want to hear more. I wish I had more Cardi B music that I could listen to right now. But I would like to challenge, and this would be an industry-wide challenge. I want everybody, if you're in the booth and you got some lazy-ass bars, please take an extra 25, 30 minutes, revise what's on that paper, in the phone, on the laptop. If you're punching in, punch out. Listen back, punch in again and change it. Because I think that's also diminishing the value of the music, is diminishing the conversations around the music. Because if you ain't talking about shit, what are we going to talk about other than the extracurriculars? I think everything needs to change. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and get off my soapbox. I wasn't intending on making a 40-minute video on the subject, but yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. Welcome to Inside the Industry. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be